Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. First of all, I want to say sorry for the late upload of part 3 of this tutorial series, and I also want to say a big thank you to all of you for helping me reach 1000 subscribers. You guys really give me a lot of love, and it truly means a lot to me. I love that you enjoy my videos, and I also want to keep creating more helpful content that helps you grow professionally. I would also love to hear suggestions from you guys, so feel free to comment below. Now let's start today's video. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, please watch them first so that you can understand the full process. If you already have some basic knowledge of VBA, you can skip them, but if you are beginner, I highly recommend you watching part 1 and part 2. In the last video, we learned how to delete specific rows using this VBA code. Here if you run this code, it will delete rows like from 29 to last row. So in this code, what we have done, first we find what is the last row, and then just using this command which have deleted them. So it's a very simple application of VBA in Excel. So let's start the rest of the process. So to start the rest of the process, so before starting rest of the process, first I want to uh, tell you what is our aim, what is our goal. I mean, using VBA, what do we want to achieve? So we want to achieve, like, if user change the length or UTL value, automatically this table data will generate, and in chart the range will automatically selected. So for current implementation, what is happening, if you change the length here, or with changing UTL, nothing will impact that much, but if you change the length of the beam, then the table data may not be sufficient to create the complete graph. So because we have used interval, so if interval is, if you change the interval as well, that time also the whatever, I mean, how many number of rows we have calculated in table, that may not be sufficient to create the complete graph. So that's why changing beam length really give some effect in the chart whatever we are drawing, and also the range of the chart uh, also need to modify when you are changing the beam length. So that whole process you should do manually, but what we want using VBA, it will be totally automated, like if you change the length or interval, automatically table will be updated, and also the chart range data will be updated. So this is what we want to achieve using Excel VBA. So let's start the video. It's going to be a very interesting video, so I will request you, please watch the full video, and definitely you can understand this how we can do very easily. So now first what we need to do, first we need to calculate what is the number of row required to complete this table. So it basically depend on beam length and interval value. Okay, so if I want to know what is the total number of rows, so what we can do, just if we divided this beam data with this interval value, we will get the total number of row required. And now this row value sometimes uh, can come in fraction as well. So suppose if you put here 0.4, so it will come 3.75. So we cannot we cannot insert, or uh, we cannot put 3.75 number of row, right? So it should be either 3 or 4. So in that case, so first of all you need to know from where we are we are calculating additional row required to complete the table. So from 28 number table we are basically calculating. So what we are going to do, we are going to keep these two row, because here the formula is there. So and here the formula is there, so here there is no formula, so that's why you should keep these two row. So if you delete these two row, so there will be no formula cell. Like, so what we want to do basically manually, if you change here the beam length, you will just select some row like this and just you will drag it like this, right? So here the drag number you need to modify, like it will be 3 number of row or 4 number of row you need to drag, so you need to know that thing. So that's why we are just going to keep these two row always. So we are going to delete after these two, right? Like from 28. So that's why here we'll write here deleting row number, say 28. So from 28 to last row we will delete, and these two row we will always keep. Okay, and now, so our row number counting from here. So for this example, like if I want to provide interval value 0.4 and the beam length is 1.5 meter, in that case here we are getting 3.75. so technically, uh, to cover 1.5 meter length, how many number of required, how many additional number of row required after this 28 row, that is 1 2 3, so it should come 3. So that's why what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do it round into the upper uh, boundary. Like here the number of digit, it should be 0. uh, so if I talk about this function, so what it do, it basically round the number. And here this 0 basically define, if you put here 0, uh, it will round to the nearest whole number. So for example, suppose if you round right here, round 3.1, then 0, it should round to 3. Yeah. So, and but technically we want to do it in the upper boundary, so that's why we need to write here round up. And in that case, what will happen here, if I write round up, so it will return 4. Okay, so that is the difference between round up and round down or round. So here we are going to use the round up function, and then we are going to subtract 1, so technically it will come 3 then. So now if I count from here, so it will be 1 2 3. So here we also need to add a boundary cap. Like as you can see, if I add 0.4 with this interval, it will be more than 1.5, but the point shouldn't be, I mean section shouldn't be greater than the beam length, so that's why we should cap this value with 1.5. so that is all thing we're going to do. So now this is how we can calculate the number. Once we get the number, we can easily uh, copy the cell, but up to that number. Now the interval value may be different for shear force table and bending moment table. So in that case, number of row required for shear force table may be different, for bending moment table may be different. So this also you should keep in mind. So that's why what we are gonna do, we are gonna calculate two different value. Like for shear force table, what I mean, how many number of row required, we will calculate also, and for bending moment table also we will do that. So now going to the code, and here we are going to calculate this. So first we are going to comment this, because if I run this code with this, it will just delete those things. So now I just don't want to delete them. So now let's calculate what are the number of row we are getting for these two table. So first of all, you need to define or declare a variable. Say I am naming this variable row number shear. this is, I want to uh, consider it as a double, though it will come a integer value, but still I am defining it is as a double. And now another variable I am defining for uh, bending. Okay, so this is how you can define the variable. Okay, now I want to calculate what will be the value of this variable. So first I'm going to calculate for shear. So we need to take this value, right? So what we are gonna do, just divided this value with interval value, right? Same thing, whatever thing we have done here, same thing we are going to do here. So like, we need to know what are the value of this beam length. So this is given in D3 cell. So just I will write like range, then here we need to write the cell address, so that is D3, and dot value, it will give you the this cell value. Sorry, here I haven't complete the double inverted comma. Okay, so for check whether we are getting the correct value or not, so I will just use this debug dot print comment. Here I will write row number here. Okay, now I will just run this. Here we are getting 1.5, so we are getting this cell value. And now we want to divide this value with interval value. So just copy this and paste this and change the cell, and interval value is given C23. So just write here C23, and now I will check whether it's giving the correct value or not. Now we are getting 3.75, so it's giving the correct value, but we want to round this, so round up basically. So I will just gonna write here round up, then writing this value, then 0. And now I'm gonna check it whether it's working or not. Okay, so round up, there is no round up, so you cannot use this. So basically in VBA there is no round up function, there is only round function. So if you want to use this round up function, round up function is available in Excel, but that is not available in Excel VBA. So for that you need to use something else. So what we are gonna do, we have to write here worksheet function dot, then we can use this. Now if I run, we can get the value 4. Yeah, so we are getting 4. So this is how you can use Excel formula in Excel VBA as well. So now, and now we need to subtract 1 from here because we want 3, right? So now we are getting 3. Similarly we will do for bending, and here I'm gonna write this, and here this interval will be this value like F23. So I'm gonna write here F23, and now if I also want to print this value, so this is pending, and now if I run this, now we are getting 14 and 3. So obviously that is what we will get. So if I want to calculate for this, so it should be 14. Yeah, so same value we are getting here as well. So now our number of row calculation is okay. Now we are going to use this to copy the cell. So before copying, we need to select the cell. So first for CR table we want to select these cells, because after selecting we are gonna drag this using like this, like using VBA code. So that is what we are going to do. Same thing for bending. So first we need to select this. So for that we need to use the uh, command like select dot range. Then you need to write from where to where it is, what is the address of this cell. This is A27 to C27. So I'm going to write here A27 to sorry, so you need to start double inverted comma A27 to C27. So this is the address I'm gonna write. Now I will check whether sorry, there is no select. Okay, so if you want to know what is the exact syntax, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna going to in module 2, because this in module 2 the macro have created when it was created in part 2. Please watch the part 2 video. There you will see how I have created this macro recording. Like if you turn on the macro record and if you perform some action in your Excel sheet, it will be coded automatically in your VBA code. So now here we can see to select uh, particular range, so you need to put uh, this command. So now I am going to use this command here. So it will be like this. So in our case it will be like A27 to C27. So just going to write here C, and now I'm going to check it. Now our selection cell is here. Now I'll run it. If we go to the correct selection, yeah, it's coming to the correct selection. So now it's working fine. Now what we're going to do, now we are going to do the uh, autofill thing. So how can we do? For this you need to use this syntax. So here you can see this is the syntax we are going to use for autofill using code. So now I'm going to just write here this code, and here you need to correct the range. So here start range is okay, but end range should be like it should be calculated automatically, right, using this row number. So now I'm just copying this, and it will be C column. So here I'm just writing C, and now I am just removing this part. So this is a text. With text I want to add this number, so just I will write and then I write this. Okay, so this is the row number, I mean row number increment, but it is starting from which row? It is starting from 27. So you should add like 27 plus this. You should write it like that. Okay, and just a minute. Yeah, now it's working fine. So now I will turn on this comment, because first you need to delete these cells, then I mean these rows, then you can start this autofill. So this is what I'm going to do. So run this and let's check. Yeah, so it deleted all the rows, and then it done I mean it copying the cell like this. Okay, same thing we want to do for moment as well. So I'm just going to copy these two, and now I'm going to paste it here, and here the selected cell will be like D27 to F27. So I'm going to change it like this, D27 to F27, and it will be D27 to F column. So now I'm running it again. Yeah, so now as you can see here this is also copied, but in this case here this variable row number bending, not here, right? Now I'm running it again. Look at this. So for bending moment, the number of row created which is different, but for shear the number of row is created different. So this is how you can do this process automated. Okay, so I think it is clear to you. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me in comment. Now next thing I want to do, I want to just cap this value, because as you can see here the beam length is 1.5, but we are getting section distance at 1.6, so it shouldn't be 1.6, it should be 1.5. So to cap, we can cap it in VBA, but for very easily we can do it here also. So in this formula we will just add a if condition. So if we do that thing, then automatically this value never be like greater than the beam length. So what we can do, we just add here a formula like this. Suppose you're going to write, first I'm going to cut this thing, yeah, then I'm going to write if this value, okay, so this value is less than this beam length, okay, then it will be this value, otherwise it will be beam length value. So just I'm just giving a capping here, so just pressing enter, and now I will run the code again. So now if I run the code again, now I want to check whether it is coming 1.5 or not. So it's came 1.5, but we get some error here. I will check it, what is the error I'm getting. So same condition we should apply here as well. So I will just copy this and I will write if this value less than L, then this, otherwise L. Yeah, and I'll check what is the error I'm getting here. Okay, so run it again. I can understand what is the problem we are facing. Okay, so basically its error is coming about the merge cell. Somehow we are getting last row value is different. So I'll check again what is the last row value. So I'll just put a, the debug comment. So I'm just putting this debug comment here, so it will be clear, like, is the error in the last row or something. So now run this and we are getting 30. So here last row is reporting this, so this is the problem. So this is why we are getting this error. And so how we can correct this thing? So we shouldn't get, we should get the last row this or something, but we are getting last row this, so that's why we are getting some error. So the problem is because, see, we are calculating the last row value using the first column. So here basically it is the column number. So if you look into here, so we also need to check what are the number of column for D column as well. So that's why we also need to know what is the last row value using D column. So same thing we are going to do here again. So in this case, so what we will take the maximum value of these two columns. So just copy this value, I mean now copy this and here just put a max function, and same thing another value, so just put here comma and here write it. This here the cell number, I mean column number is 1 2 3 4. So you need to write here 4, and now here you need to close this. Okay, so now if I run this, I shouldn't get any error. Okay, so there is no max function. So max function is available in worksheet, so we are going to write here worksheet again, worksheet function dot max. Now if I run this, we shouldn't get any error. Okay, so now as you can see, we are not getting any error. So this is how you can fix some problems when you will see some error in your code. So I could skip this part, but I am showing it to you because you may have different problem. So when you are using VB or any programming language, you may face different issues. So this is how you can fix any error. Okay, so now I think our capping value also is working perfectly, and also everything is working perfectly. Now another thing we need to do, that is we need to correct the chart, I mean diagram. So that's all. If I do this thing, then everything will be automatically. So for that, what we need to do, we will go to the again the macro recording code. So now here you can see, if you look into this code, so here it is to select the value for like chart. So you can do it like in this way. So here first you need to activate the chart. So for that you need to write this active seat chart object, and you need to write the chart number, and then you need to write dot activate. So after activating this, you can change the uh, cell reference. So by doing this, your uh, chart will be automatically updated. Okay, so we are going to do this thing. So first we are going to copy this, and now here we are just removing this is not required, and also this is not required because this is working perfectly, and I also removing this thing. Okay, and now here I'm going to activate the chart. So here you need to know what is the chart name. So in my case here the chart name is chart 5, so I'm gonna write here chart 5. Okay, and now here the chart is activated, and now you need to come here, like you need to select the series. So just copy this 4 value and go to in module 1 and paste it, and now you need to modify the address. So here the series will be updated automatically. Okay, so here it is in sheet 1, so it is okay, sheet 1 it will be. So for x value, the data is coming from, so this is for uh, series 1 and series 2, so you need to check the series name as well. So see, this is the series 1 and this is the series 2. Okay, so you can check also what is the series name. So come into the select data, and here it is noted at series 1 and series 2. So if you name it, like suppose for the first chart, if I want to give a say shear force, and second series I want to give a name, suppose bending moment, so that you can give if you want. So here you can see, so now you need to write this num here instead of I mean you can use also name here, but here basically series 1 is uh, the shear force, this is the series 1, and series 2 is the uh, bending moment, so you can use that also. Okay, so now here we need to select the x value. So for CR first diagram, x value is starting like A26, that is fine. So A26 to the uh, you know this number, like this C27 rows here. So that is what I'm gonna write here. So it is A26, it is fine, and here it shouldn't be, it should be A, that is fine. So here the last row number will be generated automatically. So for that I'm going to write here and here it will be 27 plus row number here. Okay, so same thing we need to do for uh, y values also. This is for x values. Same thing we need to do for y values as well. And here uh, it will start from C, that is okay, fine. So we're just going to copy this thing, and here I'm gonna delete this 41, and here I'm going to write this. Okay, and same thing we need to do for bending moment as well. And here just delete this thing and write this, and it should be row bending, right? Sorry, it will be bending row number. Okay, sorry, yeah. Now same thing I'm going to do for this. So I have to remove this, writing this. Okay, so now our chart updation also complete. So let's check it whether uh, it's working or not. So now I run it, and now look into the chart, and the chart is not correct because this value is okay, but for this value this is not okay. I know why it's not working. So here the x value, it should be D. I mean, see, if I click on this cell here, the address, though it is a marked cell, but the address is given here D26. So that's why here this address should be D, not E. Now it will work fine. So let's check it. Yeah, so now our chart is working fine. So now this is how you can automate this process. So for with different data, let's check, say now our length is 5 meter, and now I'll just run this. Let's check. Yeah, up to 5 meter table is updated as per requirement, and also the chart range is updated. So this is how you can automate this total process. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring a button here. So just click on this insert. So no, it will be only in developer, and here click on this insert, and now this button, draw the button. So here I'm selecting the macro. So this is the name of this macro, I mean the automation. This is, see here the name is the automation. So this is name I'm selected. You can provide any name here. Suppose I'm giving name of it. Click here something, you can give a different name as well. And now if we just click here, your after changing this data, say this is 10, yeah, everything is updating automatically. Suppose if you want to give it 0.4 as well, now click here, yeah, everything is working fine. So this is how you can automate this thing. And another thing I'm going to show you here, each time after changing the data here, just you need to click here to update the sheet. But another thing you can also do, just if you change data here, automatically everything will be updated. You don't need to click here. So that also you can do. To do that thing, you need to copy this subroutine. So just copy this subroutine to your sheet 1 sheet. I mean, see, we are going to change data in sheet 1, right? So that's why, I mean, in which sheet you are going to change data and you want to run this macro automatically. So particular in VBA Explorer, click on that sheet. So this is our current sheet. Now here I'm going to paste this subroutine, and here you need to set like which cell data you want to uh, change, and after changing the subroutine, I mean macro will run automatically. So in our case, our data is like d3, so that is correct. And for d4 there is nothing gonna change, because if you just write 20, sorry, the error is coming because I have inserted this function here. So now run it again. So if I write it suppose 25, so nothing, I mean table data change is not required, right? Only the graph will be updated, that's it. So that's why that is not our changing cell. So our changing cell, this is not required, this is required, and this required, this is C23, okay, and this is required, this is F23. So I'm gonna write here F23. And here you don't need to change anything, and here you need to write uh, the macro name. Basically in our case the macro name is automation. So I'm just going to copy this name here, and I'm just going to paste it here. That's it. Now I'm going to save this, and now come here, and if you change anything, so the updation will happen automatically. Yeah, that's it. So this is how you can also automate this method. Okay, suppose if you write here 15, so everything will update automatically. Okay, so that's all. So if you like this video, please share it to your friends, and let me know if you want video in any particular topic. So please comment uh, in this video, and let me know whether which topic you want video. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel and like this video and share it to your friends. Thank you.